The air was thick with anticipation as I ventured deeper into the heart of Blackwood Forest, a place whispered about in hushed tones by locals as a realm where the mundane and the supernatural intertwined. An air of trepidation clung to my every step, like tendrils of fog slowly enveloping my senses. My name is Daniel, and I had willingly immersed myself into this eerie realm, seeking answers to the paranormal mysteries that had plagued my thoughts for years. As I set foot in this ancient woodland, the sunlight waned, surrendering to the encroaching canopy of centuries-old trees. I was alone, my footsteps echoing through the desolate woods as I embarked on my quest to uncover the truth. My backpack weighed heavy with research materials, books, notebooks, and recording equipment, all in service of my mission. The stories that had drawn me here were myriad, tales of spectral apparitions gliding through the night, eerie whispers that seemed to emanate from the very trees, and the inexplicable disappearance of those who had ventured too deep into Blackwood Forest. The townsfolk had warned me of the forest's malevolent presence, but I was driven by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. The first night was uneventful, the forest eerily quiet except for the occasional rustling of leaves and the distant hoots of owls. I had set up camp near a small, babbling brook, the sound of its waters soothing my nerves. The trees surrounding my campsite seemed to loom like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches casting eerie shadows. But it was the second night when the forest truly came alive with the unknown. A whisper, faint yet unmistakable, danced on the edges of my hearing. I froze, straining to make sense of the indistinct words. It sounded like a woman's voice, pleading and sorrowful, but no source was visible. My heart pounded in my chest as I wrestled with my fear. I couldn't deny that I was spooked, but I was determined to confront the inexplicable. My flashlight illuminated the dense underbrush as I moved, attempting to follow the eerie voice. Each step felt heavier, my feet sinking into the forest floor as if it resisted my intrusion. And then, she appeared. A figure clothed in a flowing white dress, her long hair shimmering in the moonlight. Her back was turned to me as she stood among the trees, her form hauntingly translucent. I could feel my breath catch in my throat as her voice grew louder, the words now distinguishable. Her voice echoed in the air, carrying a haunting urgency. It was as if her presence demanded attention, yet the words remained unintelligible. Despite the strange fear that gripped me, I couldn't help but be drawn closer, compelled by an invisible force. As I drew closer to her, the forest itself seemed to change. The trees twisted and contorted, their branches resembling gnarled fingers reaching out for me. The once familiar path had transformed into a labyrinth of shadows and echoes. Panic surged within me, but I pressed on, guided only by the woman's haunting presence. Finally, I stood face to face with her, my heart pounding so loudly I thought it might drown out the world. Her ghostly visage contorted, as if in agony. Over the next few days, guided by the woman's spectral presence, I scoured the depths of Blackwood Forest. Each step was fraught with peril, as the forest seemed to resist my quest. I encountered strange phenomena, a sudden drop in temperature, unsettling whispers in the wind, and glimpses of shadowy figures in the corners of my vision. Finally, on the 7th day of my quest, I found it. A gnarled, ancient tree deep within the forest, its bark marred by centuries of suffering. The very tree where the woman had been bound and left to die. The air grew thick with anticipation as I recited the incantation, my voice trembling yet resolute. The forest itself seemed to hold its breath, awaiting the outcome. Suddenly, a blinding light burst forth from the tree, illuminating the entire forest. I shielded my eyes, feeling a surge of energy coursing through me. And then, in an instant, the light vanished, leaving only the ancient tree, its bark smooth and unmarred. I stood in awe, realizing that I had succeeded in freeing the woman's tormented spirit. The forest around me felt different, lighter, as if a weight had been lifted. The shadows seemed less foreboding, and a sense of peace settled over the ancient woods. The journey had been arduous, fraught with uncertainty and fear, yet I had emerged from it transformed. As I gazed at the now tranquil tree, I felt a deep sense of closure, as if the forest itself acknowledged my efforts. Emerging from Blackwood Forest, I carried with me a tale that defied explanation. The memories of that haunting experience would forever be etched into my mind, a reminder that there were realms beyond our understanding. The supernatural, once a source of fear, had become a testament to the complexity of the universe. I walked away from Blackwood Forest with a newfound respect for the paranormal, an appreciation for the mysteries that lay beyond our comprehension. And though I had walked alone into that enigmatic realm, I returned with a sense of companionship, having shared my journey with a spectral presence that had forever changed my perspective on the world. The stories whispered by the townsfolk would continue to circulate, tales of a lone explorer who dared to venture into the heart of Blackwood Forest. But now, those stories held an added layer of truth, a truth that spoke of resilience, courage, and the ability of the human spirit to connect with the unknown. And so, I walked away from that haunting realm, forever changed by my encounter with the supernatural, carrying with me a story that defied explanation and a sense of closure that I had never thought possible.